Most people think they know the story of July 4th. Fireworks, freedom, founding fathers. But what if I told you that everything from the date to the Liberty Bell to the birth of America itself is shrouded in half-truths, odd coincidences, and bizarre footnotes? Here are 10 strange July 4th facts you were never taught in school. Some are weird, some are dark, some are just straight up forgotten, but every one of them will change the way you think about Independence Day. Let's get into it. Number 1, America declared independence on the wrong day. Most people think July 4th was when the colonies officially declared independence. Wrong. The vote to break from Britain actually happened on July 2nd, 1776. John Adams was so convinced July 2nd would become the great American holiday, he even wrote to his wife saying it would be celebrated with pomp and parade from one end of this continent to the other. Well, he was 2 days off. So why July 4th? That's the date the Declaration of Independence was officially approved. Not signed, just approved. Number 2, the Declaration wasn't signed on July 4th either. Here's where things get even weirder. Most of the Founding Fathers didn't even sign the document on the 4th. Only 2 people actually signed it that day. John Hancock, whose signature became a national flex, and Charles Thomson, the Secretary of Congress. The rest? They signed it weeks later. Some, not until August. So if you're picturing all the founders in one room, quills in hand, signing in dramatic unison, that never happened. Number 3, the first fireworks were technically illegal. Fireworks on July 4th feel like a sacred tradition, but the very first celebration in 1777, totally illegal. Philadelphia threw a massive party with bonfires and fireworks, despite strict city laws against pyrotechnics. They just didn't care. And honestly, can you blame them? They had just declared war on the most powerful empire in the world. What's one more explosion? Number 4, the Liberty Bell didn't ring that day. You've probably seen paintings of the Liberty Bell ringing proudly on July 4th, 1776. But there's zero evidence that actually happened. In fact, the bell likely didn't ring until July 8th, when the Declaration was read publicly for the first time. And fun fact, the bell already had a massive crack by the early 1800s, but no one knows exactly when or how it cracked. It's basically a mystery wrapped in patriotism. Number 5, 3 presidents died on July 4th. This one sounds made up, but it's true. On July 4th, 1826, both Thomas Jefferson and John Adams, 2 signers of the Declaration and political frenemies, died within hours of each other. It was the 50th anniversary of the United States. Adams's final words, Thomas Jefferson survives. But Jefferson had already died, just 5 hours earlier. Oh, and 5 years later? James Monroe, the 5th president, also died on July 4th. What is it with U.S. presidents and this cursed date? Number 6, one president was born on July 4th, Calvin Coolidge, born July 4th, 1872, silent, serious, and forever tied to America's birthday. No other U.S. president shares that distinction. You've got dead presidents and one that was practically born in fireworks. Number 7, there's a silk version of the Declaration. In the early 1800s, printers started creating high-end replicas of the Declaration, not on paper, on silk. These weren't decorative. They were designed to be preserved longer than fragile parchment or paper. They look like antique scarves. But they carry the most important words in American history. Today, only a few still exist, and they're worth a small fortune. Number 8, July 4th is America's most dangerous holiday. We romanticize fireworks, but the stats are brutal. Every year, over 12,000 people get injured around Independence Day. That includes burns, lost fingers, blown off eyebrows, and in some cases, worse. Hospitals brace for it. And yet we light them up anyway, because nothing says freedom like handing explosives to the general public. Number 9, the first official celebration had a funeral. July 4th, 1778. George Washington gave his troops double rum rations to celebrate, but here's the strange part. He also held a mock funeral for King George III. They literally staged a symbolic death for the British monarch in the middle of a war. It was petty, it was performative, it was revolutionary theater at its finest. Number 10. There's a town called America that doesn't celebrate July 4th. Believe it or not, there's a real place called America, Illinois, but on the 4th of July, no parades, no fireworks, no official celebrations. It's a quiet, rural town with barely any population. And despite its name, America doesn't throw a party for America. Talk about irony. So what does all this tell us? That America's birthday is messy, conflicted, stranger than fiction. But maybe that's fitting, because the real story of independence isn't clean or perfect. It's bold, it's rebellious, and yes, it's deeply weird. Send this to someone who still thinks the Founding Fathers all signed at once. Or better yet, tag a friend who thought the Liberty Bell rang on cue. Because history isn't just written by the victors, it's rewritten by the weirdos.